Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, his true name in the ancient Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son. As it is written in Acts, the 4th chapter and the 12th verse, there's only one name under heaven whereby we must be saved. So you have to know those names to be delivered. Okay? Now, this lesson is going to be going into you so-called Latinos, okay? The so-called Spanish-speaking tribes. Because we have a nation of 12 tribes, okay? The nation of Israel, the true Israelites that are spoken about in the Bible. The same people that went through the Red Sea with Moses, we are those people, okay? And it consists of the so-called blacks, right, which would be the tribe of Judah, the Benjamin and Levi, that would be known as the southern kingdom. And then you have the northern kingdom, which would be the other tribes from Ephraim, right, which are the so-called Puerto Ricans, Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, Gad, the so-called Native Americans, and Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians, so on and so forth. All right. Now, Judah, which is the head tribe, the so-called African Americans, the Lord came out of the tribe of Judah. Okay, so that would mean that he would be a so-called black man. I'm going to get into a lot of videos. This is going to be a meaty lesson through the spirit, I believe. Okay, now, the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christos, his name is Yahushai. Okay, and he's a so-called black man, a dark-skinned man with white woolly hair. Okay. Hold on, let me go ahead and pull this up. Gonna go through the basics, man. This is Hebrews 7 and 14. It says, "For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood." So the Lord came out of the tribe of Judah. Okay, the priests, going back to the ancient world, were the Levites, but the Lord came out of the tribe of Judah, and he's the ultimate high priest after the order of Melchizedek. Okay, now let's look at Jeremiah 14 and 2. This is Jeremiah 14 and 2. It says, "Judah, the tribe of Judah, mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up." Okay, so Judah is black unto the ground. You see, this also represents mourning, but it also represents their skin color, because guess what? When you go to Songs of Solomon, which Solomon was what? He was a Judite. He was descendant of King David, which was a Judite, which makes him a Judite. Okay? Oh, excuse me. This is a Song of Solomon 1 and 5. It says, "I am black, but comely," which that word is not but, it says and. You see, they put but it's supposed to be and. "I am black and comely." And that was a common saying of the tribe of Judah going back to the 60s. They used to say, "I am black and beautiful." Okay, "I am black and comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon." So clearly, Solomon here is saying that he's a so-called black man. All right. Furthermore, when you go into the history, it said that he braided gold into his hair. He had cornrows with gold braided into his hair. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's in the Josephus. Okay. So which Edomite rocks cornrows? No, that's of the tribe of Judah. Those cornrows, that's Judah style. Okay, the kingdom of Judah. All right, meaning Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Judah being the African Americans, Benjamin being the so-called Caribbean blacks. Okay, Jamaica, Trinidad, so on and so forth, and Levi being the Haitians. Okay, the so-called Haitians. Okay. Now, let's go to Job. Is that Job 30? This is Job 30, and verse 30. It says, "My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat." Right, because of the sun. Right, which when the Edomites go into the sun, they don't get black. Okay, or very, very dark skin. No, they get red because they don't have melanin. Okay, and that goes back to the curse that was put upon them. But we're not going into that right now. Okay, we're gonna go into that a little bit later. Right now, we're establishing the fact that the Lord was a so-called black man, and that the tribe of Judah and the kingdom of Judah are dark skinned. That's what we're establishing, because the mindset that you so-called Latinos have, you have the image of Cesare Borgia, which is that so-called white Jesus, imprinted into your mind. Okay, so when you look at these Edomites, when you look at these so-called white people, you actually see God. That's what you see here. You see God. Oh, Jesus Christus. Oh, ay Dios mías. All right. And that's one of the major sicknesses you have in your mind, man. And when you see Jake, when you see the kingdom of Judah, you see the exact opposite of that. So now we got to break down those strongholds, man. We got to break down those I'm going to play those videos, man. But we got to break down some strongholds first and foremost, man. Because it's disgusting. The way you act, the way you kiss the so-called white man's ass is disgusting. It's shameful, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And the Lord is going to do away with you because he's disgusted at you. All right? He's disgusted at the way you're acting, man. Okay? You really wish you could be Edomites. You really wish you were so-called white, man. That's why you come over this to America, and you'll sign that you're white without any hesitation, man. Without any pride for your own self. See, Judah got more pride than you Latin tribes, man. The so-called blacks, they got more pride than you so-called Latinos, man. Latina, Spanish, Spaniel. No, who taught you Spanish? Who beat Spanish into you? Because that's not your original language. That's not the language you were speaking when you came over here. They taught you Spanish, man. And you act like that's the holy tongue. That's not the holy tongue, man. They beat you into subjection to speak that language, man. Okay? Judah has more pride than you, man. All right? I remember I was working with this Peruvian Jake, and he was bugged out of his mind. Okay? But I remember we were talking, I was chopping it up. And he's like, yeah, my people were savages before the white man came. Yeah, my people were a bunch of savages. I said, why the fuck would you say something like that? You had a culture of your own, man. And the Edomite was there smirking because that was a racist devil that was in that room with us, man. I said, why would you say something like that? And he was smiling. White one's like, yeah, you're savages. Yeah, we did you a favor. You see, that's why the Most High is going to destroy the majority of you so-called Latinos, man. The Lord is sick of you, man. Yeah, he's sick of Judah too, man. But right now I'm talking about you, man, because you got a sick love for this Edomite, man. Okay? Yo. Anyways, man. It says, this is Revelations 1:13. It says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool. Okay? So white woolly hair. What is woolly hair? That's the hair that so-called Negroes have. If you go to a barbershop, you look in the floor of a so-called black barbershop, you're going to see hair that looks like wool. Okay? And if he's a older man, it's going to look like a white sheep's wool. Right? But if he's a younger man, it's going to look like a black sheep's wool. Okay? Cuz you got black sheeps too. You got black sheeps, you got brown sheeps. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So his hair, his head and his hairs, meaning the hair on his head and the hair on his beard, were white, and they were of the texture of wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. The prophecy said that his eyes shall be red with wine. Okay, and the so-called black man, when he drinks, the whites of his eyes turn red. Okay, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. All right, so his feet are already like brass. Okay, he's looking at his feet. He's worshiping him. He's on the ground worshiping him, and he's looking at his feet, and he's seeing that his feet are white. Or excuse me, not white. That was Satan. All right, his feet were like fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. So as not only was it and burned is past tense, by the way. Not as if they were burning, as if they burned in a furnace. I mean, it was the dark brown complexion, man. Okay, and his voice as the sound of many runs, meaning he had a powerful, deep voice, like that Judite, that the typical type of deep Judite voice, man. Okay, he didn't have the Edomite. Oh, how you doing? How you doing? He didn't have that weak Pee Wee Herman type of voice, man. He had that strong, powerful Judite voice, so-called black man. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the color of brass, man, because we gotta bring it to preschool with you people, man. All right. Let's do this. See, this is the color of brass. All right. See, they like to show you like the goldish brass, which Judah kind of, when you look at the so-called black man, he has that type of shine to him. He's not just like a soup, he has a shine to him. Okay, he has different tones in his color, different shades of brown within his skin tone, right? Just like a so-called Latino, a darker so-called Latino, or, a Latino with brown skin, he'll have, different, variants within his skin tone. Okay. But this is a brass. It's a brown color. Okay. See, this is a good, a brass, but this is a great depiction on this side too. You see that? Because it said brass as if it burned in a furnace. So it was a dark brown complexion. Oh, look at this. This is brass right here. This is a man made of brass. You see that? But it said as if it burned in a furnace. Okay, so clearly he was a dark brown man. All right, you got that? So that image that you guys have, Jesus Christos, that's not the correct image, man. That's not the image of the Lord. That's an imposter, man. Matter of fact, let's find the image of the Lord right now. Let's type in Yahushua. We're not going to type in black Jesus. We're going to type in Yahushua because that's the true name of the Lord, man. Okay? This is how the Lord looks. This is the image of the Lord. You see that? A dark-skinned man. And guess what? The Heavenly Father has the same image. So when you have a problem with that skin tone, you actually have a problem with the Heavenly Father and his Son. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy a lot of you so-called Latinos, man. And I know I've dealt with Latino women who told me, my grandmother doesn't want me dealing with no black guy because he doesn't want the kid coming out black. Yeah, because why? Because first of all, you have self-hatred, all right? But then you just love this Edomite so much. You just have such a love for the devil. You know what I'm saying? This is the true image of the Lord, man. Okay? So now, see, and now what we got to do is we got to go to, we got to hop to some of these videos, man. All right, to show you the mindset of you so-called Latinos, the sick mindset of a lot of you Latin tribes, man. That's why this video is going to be entitled, "You so-called Latinos are a bunch of coons," man. All right, this is obviously not dealing with the brothers within the brotherhood because we're different from these people, man. I'm talking about you clowns in the world, man. You 2/3. All right, let's take a look at this video.
Dominican moms be like, No, no.
Las dos muñecas lindas de Ori.
Buscar las que están allí.
¿Y cuáles las que están allí?
Las que yo tengo allí guardadas.
¿Y cuáles son esas? Estas son las de ella.
Espérate, yo le voy a
Que se parecen a ella.
Mire,
This is the doll that I got her.
Mira la cara, mira cómo ella los cachetes, mira.
Ella no le gusta esa muñeca. No le gusta. No le gusta.
Ella sí le gusta.
Ten, Ori. Ori, ten.
Look at this mad woman.
Ori.
See, she's fighting, boy. She's fighting. She don't.
Ori, ten.
She's fighting.
Ori, your dolly.
Mira la misma cara de tu hija, mira. Mira los cachetes, mira. Esta es la...
¿Cuál es la misma cara?
Dominican.
See that? So she's fighting, man. She's actually fighting her to keep that black doll away, the so-called black doll away from her, because she, first of all, she hates herself. All right, and she really wants to be this. All right, and that goes to all the skin tones of these so-called Latinos. They got that image of being an Edomite is beautiful. Okay. All right, I'm talking about the ones that, that are not the truth, the ones that don't know the truth, the ones that are, a lot of them are stuck in that mindset. They believe in Jesus Christos, meaning the so-called white Jesus, which that's not his name. His name not Jesus Christos. His name's not Jesus Christ. His name is Yahawashi Hamashiach. Okay, his name is in the Hebrew. Now, anyways, you can see how she's fighting tooth and nail to permeate this in this child's mind, and this child's gonna grow up thinking that this is right and this is wrong. All right, you see it all in the Telemundo. They put up them Edomite looking Latinos. They don't even show those so-called black Latinos. Okay, but that's by the enemy. The enemy did that to you. Okay, now we're gonna move over to another video, man. We're gonna move over to another video. We're going to move over to this video right here. This clown right here, man. Right? At first, when he was saying what he was saying about not signing with so-called black people or whatever the case was, I didn't feel no way. I said, okay, that's Jake, because, according to the curses, thine eye shall be evil towards thy brother. So I understand Jake is not together and Jake don't really, they have hatred for one another. I understand that. That's cool. But it's the thing that he said after. It's not that he's not linking up with Jane. He's just sticking with Issacharites. I just want to do with Mexicans. Okay, in the kingdom, we're all going to be together. It's the thing he said after. Guess who he's linking up with? He's not linking up with Judah, though. But guess who he's linking up with? The devil. And I'm going to play. Yo. This is why the Most High is going to destroy you coon-ass Israelites, man. Okay?
Well, we don't want to sign to no blacks.
Right.
Southsiders do want. Guess I don't want to speak on that, but we don't want to sign to no blacks.
Right. It's funny he says that though, but that's cool. That ain't nothing wrong with that. It's funny they say these things, right? But then look, he got the chains like Judah, right? He acting like he rapping like Judah. You see what I'm saying to you? Using Judah's slang. But that's cool. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't mind that, because you know what? All the tribes have things that brothers that we take from, but nobody takes from more than the kingdom of Judah. Judah is the most copied people on this earth. Okay, so-called black people. That's a fact. That is a fact. Okay, but that's okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't even mind that, because I understand we're all Israelites and we're going through these curses. But the thing is what he says after. Listen up.
Saying.
Is that because of the prison shit? It's not a racist thing? Help me understand, because when you say that out loud, it sounds crazy.
It's because like this. It's like this. It's like I go to jail. I rock with my race. Mm-hmm. I eat with my race. I do things with my race. So it's like I'm here. I conduct business. I do things with my race. Like we integrate and whatnot. But why would I?
By the way, we're of the same race. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are of the same race. We're of different tribes. So let's say if a so-called black man gets with a Latino, or a so-called Latino gets with a so-called black woman, that's not interracial dating. That's intertribal dating in reality. Okay?
I have somebody in charge of my music career if I'm already programmed a certain way. I'm already institutionalized a certain way. Why would I? You get what I'm saying? That's just my mindset. So I'm like, nah, we wouldn't do that. And most of the homies would think the same way as me. They're gonna agree with what I say.
So
like,
you wouldn't sign with somebody if they were unaffiliated. Like, let's say Diddy wanted to sign you to Bad Boy.
Me personally, I'm not trying to sign. I'll get somebody else sign and we do some business.
So are you saying that you wouldn't sign strictly because of their race?
Because I'm not gonna have it, and it's like this. We're gonna negotiate the terms. We're gonna make sure that it's like we have it's like 50-50 control type shit. We're not gonna give somebody else, let alone another race, full control.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to.
But
you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not no disrespect, but it's just more like
it just sounds crazy out loud.
It does sound crazy.
It sounds a little racist.
But you know what?
It sounds a lot of racist.
No, you know what? I'm just being honest. I'm being real. Like, I'd rather go sign with like even though you like you might hear crazy shit, but I'd rather go sign with like a corrido label or something, like I'm gonna keep it to the roots. You get what I'm saying? Like, if they wasn't fucking with us back then, why they fucking with us now? Because now we breaking in, we doing shit. Now they gonna want to sign us. Yeah, of course. Fuck all that. Now we gonna do what we know best. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me, and I'm from like.
So are you saying that you wouldn't?
C'est l'événement de la rentrée chez Bro et Martineau. Rentrez comme dans rentrer une nouvelle télé pour regarder des joueurs de football se rentrer dedans. Ou rentrez comme dans rentrer dans l'ordre avec un beau classeur bien classe. Jusqu'au 1er septembre, rentrez dans votre budget en ligne ou en magasin chez Bro et Martineau.
Salakia for the oh, hold on. Nah, I didn't get to the last part. No, I need the last part. There's a particular part, man. Shit. Salakia. There's a particular part where he says that in jail they don't link up with Jake, they don't link up with Judah. But guess who he links up with? he links up with Esau in jail. Hold on, let me see something, man. I need that part, man. I need that part where it says he links up with these Edomites. Because he don't link up with Judah, but he'll link up with Satan. Golly, let me see if I can find it, man. I don't really want to. Okay, let's see if I can find it here. Let me see if I can find it here.
Yeah.
If it was me on the phone with Wack, I'm not gonna ask him, would you sign the Southside? I don't give a if you want to sign one. We don't want to sign to no blacks.
Right.
Southsiders do want. Guess I don't even want to speak on that, but we don't want to sign to no blacks. You know what I'm saying?
Is that because of the pit? It's not a racist thing. Help me understand.
But why would I have somebody in charge of my music?
Usually, do they politic with?
It's like this. Look.
The whites and the Mexicans link up.
The Woods, the Southsiders.
So while you're in prison, you're running with the Woods.
Yeah, we run.
Hold on. You heard that?
Black people are.
You heard that? You heard that? Did you hear that? We're gonna bring that back. We're gonna bring it back to see what this monkey says. This damn monkey. He ain't nothing but a monkey. All right, tattoos all over. He's a clown. All right. Because we're getting on this. We're getting on the Latin tribes right now. That's what we're getting on right now. Okay, this is a shameful thing. See, I didn't even have no problem with everything he said. Everything he said, I said, okay, that's Jake. Judah got a problem with Issachar. Issachar got a problem with Judah. Both of them are wrong. And Ray. That was my mindset. But when he said this, I said, these niggas these are a bunch of goons, man. They love the Edomite, man.
In California, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little different. So black people are locked up with. Usually, do they politic with?
It's like this. Look.
The whites and the Mexicans link up.
The Woods, the Southsiders. They run with the Southsiders.
So while you're in prison, you're running with the Woods, the Peckerwoods.
Yeah, we run together. The Woods run to what shit crack off. Like, you know what I'm saying? We stick together.
You heard that?
Okay.
You
so
heard
when
that?
You're in jail.
Didn't he just say he stick with the race, but he's running with the Woods? The same ones, the same devils that took your land. The reason why Texas is America, and they told you you're a flipping illegal immigrant. And they hate you. They got nothing but pure hate for you Mexicans. All right? But you run with them to go against the Judah, which is your race, which is the same race, a different tribe. Do you understand why the Lord is gonna really have to really destroy you Israelites, destroy the majority of you Israelites, man? You're disgusting, man. Yo, it's like, what's wrong with these people? Hold on now. Let me get something, bro. Let me get some Salakia. I got to get it because this is ridiculous, man. This is Zechariah 12 and verse 7. This is what the Heavenly Father said. And don't forget, the Lord is a so-called black man. He's of the tribe of Judah. Okay? So these coon ass Mexicans, they would actually go and fight against they would actually go and fight against the Lord. They would fight against the one that's coming to deliver them, to put them on thrones, to set them above their enemies. They would fight against him. They would try to attack him for the Satan. Yo, we're coming to that time where all these games and all these clowns, the Lord's gonna start bringing great judgment upon these people, man. This is Zechariah 12:7, man. We ain't got time to sugarcoat this shit, man. Okay? Because you try to be cool with the other tribes sometimes, and then you find out they're you know, some of them is worse than, you know, they're the worst there is, man. All right, I live next to a reservation, man. A lot of them is super. They love Esau, man. They just love Esau, bro. But then when you come Judah, you got that dark skin. They looking at you funny, man. But Esau could come into powwow, and you know. But he's the reason you're on the damn reservation right now, man. Yo, bro, you see, dog. You see why the Lord's gonna start destroying a lot of our people, man. This is Zechariah 12:7. It says, Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first. The Lord is the one who, listen, the truth, the reason we got the truth started with Judah, man. Started with, Abba Bivens, King Masha, High Priest Ariyah, you know what I'm saying, Elder Yaikwab, okay, so on and so forth, you know, the Elder Apostle Tahar, okay. So the tents of Judah, meaning what? The kingdom of Judah, it came from the kingdom of Judah, starting with the tribe of Judah, man. The Lord gave it to Judah, the truth to Judah for a reason first, man. That's the head tribe, and that's the head kingdom, man. The Lord said, listen, Judah's going to get it first, man. Okay? He said, Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first. Okay? That the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. You see, now there's a lot of magnifying themselves against the kingdom of Judah. The blacks are negro, no negro, no good. They don't have a culture and all kind of nonsense. While the whole world is copying Judah. The whole world wants to be Judah. The whole world wants to be Michael Jordan. The whole world is trying to be goddamn Drake and all these different people, man. All right. Oh, well, King Masha said it. He said what? Because he was cursing out the Latin tribes too. He said, it's Judah making things run around here. Yeah, it's Judah making things run around here, man. Okay, so all this coonery, well, hey, like I said, man, the Lord is going to start doing a lot of destruction to you people, man. Okay? Let me show you something, man. This is Hosea 9. And I got another video, man. I got another video to play, man. Okay? This is Hosea 9, or maybe two more videos, you know. This is Hosea 9:13. It says, Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place. But Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. Who's the murderer? And Ephraim's the so-called Puerto Ricans, man. But that represents all you Latin tribes anyway, man, because the pleasant place is Puerto Rico, okay? That's the pleasant place he was planted. But he brought his son to the murderer, which is the Edomite. The so-called white man, the ones that the woods that he's running with, man. The same ones that was lynching your ass as well. Don't you know Mexicans were getting lynched? Hold on, let me get this shit. Mexican lynching. This is some Mexican lynching. Let me show you how much let me show you you Mexicans something, man. Let me show you Mexicans something. Let me show you Issachar something. Hold on, let me see something. No. That's not what I'm looking. Hold on. Let's go to, cause you know they try to hide this information. You know they try to hide this type of information because they don't. The reason they try to hide this information is because they don't want Judah and the Latin tribes to come together with a similar enemy. Frank. Hold on, what we got here? I think this was Judah being lynched. believe this was Judah. Hold on. We're gonna find. I can't remember that event. Yo, the elder apostle Ramlab spoke about an event that happened, man. And you see them smashing the Issacharite babies. Give me a second, man. Something Casa de la Casa or something like that. Okay, let me see something. Conquistadors killing indigenous. And it's not just the so-called Mexican. You saw the Dominican, they felt the same. She felt the same way. Okay, it's not just this. All them Lat tribes, they got a flipping problem, man. Fernanda Cervantes was one, I believe, right? Look what he's doing to the Lat tribe. Look what he was doing. He was burning them at the stake, man. Okay, he was actually burning. He used to roast them like you roast rotisserie chicken. Look. You see that? A Mexican historian defends the conquistadors. You see that? That's how much you love these devils. That's how much you fucking love these. You were defending them, burning your people like rotisserie chicken. You see that? A Mexican. All right. I don't know if he's an Edomite Mexican or whatever the case may be, or if he's an actual Issacharite. Okay. But he's defending the conquistadors, burning your people at the stake, killing the women, feeding them to dogs, just so they can steal your resources, man. You see that? Look, let me read this again for you. You slow. I don't know if you can read or whatnot. It says, playing devil's advocate. A Mexican historian defends the conquistadors, man. There ain't no devil's advocate. There is no devil's advocate to play, man. There is no other. Listen, man. The scriptures say, remove not thy late neighbor's landmark. You see this? This has to be paid for. This has to be answered back. And Judah's the main one answering about it. Judah's the main one rising up against it. We're out there every week going in against this wickedness. Every week, man, we see them Issacharites passing up and down the street, smiling. But they're not listening to the truth. Very, very few Latin tribes is listening to the truth still. Okay? All right? You got brothers that came in. You got a lot more Latin tribes that's coming in, but a lot more needs to come in, man. A lot more needs to come in, man, because they got their head jammed up the Edomites' butt. Okay? That's why they can't come in, man. Listen, man. Anyways, let me get a quick scripture. Okay? If I may. Because this is vexing to the spirit, man. Let me get Numbers 35 and 33. And Judah's the ones that's been out there advocating for even your tribe, even your tribes, man. Judah was the main one out there in the highways and the byways, man. Okay? And that's why the Lord said he's going to save the tents of Judah first, because, listen, so that the other tribes don't magnify themselves against Judah. Judah's going to be the head in the kingdom, man. Judah's going to be glorified. It says, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. You understand? The scepter shall not depart from Judah. Why? Yahushua is a Judite. Okay? There's a reason he came out the tribe of Judah, man. Not the tribe of any other tribe. He came out the tribe of Judah. Okay? This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So the one that shed that blood, his blood got to be shed. That's the only mindset you should have, man. That doesn't mean you go out and do it. No, the Lord said, wait ye upon me till I rise up to the prey. The Lord is going to defend us. The Lord is going to pay these devils back for that, man, and establish Israel to be a praise on the earth, man. But y'all don't want that. No, you want to be under the conquistadors' feet for forevermore, man. All right? Should be ashamed. And if you have family members like that, if I had a family member with that type of mind, I would leave. I wouldn't want to be around them, man. Okay? I wouldn't want to be around them, man. They got that type of self-hatred. I'll be trying to avoid them like the plague, man. You just love Esau so much. You just always got to profess your love for Esau. This is Hosea 7 and 8. It says, Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Okay? Meaning what? When you don't turn a cake, You got one side that's dark, you got one side that's light. Why is he so light? Because he mixed himself amongst the people, namely the murderer, which is the Edomites. That's why they got that light skin. But they actually glory in that light skin. When the Lord said that to have that look is really leprosy, according to the scripture. So what the hell are you glorying in, man? What the hell are you glorying? Let me show you. You don't believe me? Let's get Numbers the 12th chapter, man. All right? You don't believe me? This is Numbers 12. And you just love that. You just love, yeah, you know? You want your daughters to deal with an Edomite, you know, so you can better the race or better the raza, whatever they say, that stupid phrase, because they're not talking about better the race as in to get wickedness and iniquity out of the race. They're talking about better the race by looking like an Edomite. Yo, I'm telling you, man, the Lord is going to bring a lot of death and destruction, and we see why, man. Okay, this is Numbers 12 and verse 8-9. It says, and the anger of Yahweh was kindled against them, and he departed, and the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous. This was a curse he put upon her, and Miriam became leprous, white as snow. You understand what I'm saying to you? So this is leprosy right here. Okay, leprosy is not bumps all over your face. Leprosy is to have that skin color that you glory in, man. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Because why? Because you get a benefit with that right now. Right now, there's a benefit to that. But soon we're coming to the time where it's not gonna be good to look like that. It's gonna be a complete curse. Because guess what? All them people, it says that I have made these small amongst the heathen. Let's get that in Obadiah, man. The Lord is about to make you small, make these Edomites small amongst the heathen, man. So you keep glorying in that, man. Soon, well, I told this to one of them coon-ass Latin tribes I used to work with, man. All right? Because he just loved the Edomite. He had this ugly-ass Edomite chick that he dealt with, and he just loved the Edomite, man. You know? And I was trying to show that brotherly love because I said, oh, that's a Latin tribe, Ray. But he just had this undying love for the Edomite. So I told him, man, I cursed his ass out. I told him, listen, man, there's going to be a time where you're going to be, right, them so-called black, they're going to rise up, man, okay? And you're going to be hiding under the goddamn table, man, saying, no, I'm Latino, man. Because, you know, this is Obadiah 1 and 2. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. This is him speaking to the Edomites. Let's start from the beginning. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is set among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us arise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Okay, the Lord is about to make these Edomites despised. And they are being despised. Everyone's looking down, and that's why they're complaining and crying. I'm gonna show you another video of a guy complaining and crying because these Edomites are starting to complain and cry. You can listen to what this monkey says, man. We gonna show you, man. I'm pulling out receipts, man. All right, I'm pulling out receipts, and this is why there's gonna be a lot of death and destruction. Okay. But what has Esau shown you? Has he shown you love? No, he's shown you nothing but pure hate. That's what he shows you, you Latin tribes. And it's, of course, Judah. All right? This is Obadiah 1 and 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. This is speaking to the Edomites. All right? His shame is going to cover them for what they did to our people, man. All the tribes, man. All right? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And the Lord's going to do away with these devils after a certain time. You see, this is violence. Okay, burning you at the stake, having dogs eat you, and chopping off your nose if you don't bring enough gold, because that's what they were doing to children. All right, women, kids, whatever the case was. All right, men. The pox. They gave you that. They gave you the pox. Remember the blankets? You remember the blankets they gave you? You don't remember the blankets? See, they didn't just give it to Gad. They gave it to Issachar too. It said how the pox devastated the Aztecs and helped Spain conquer the American civilization 500 years ago. There we go. All right. So that was the gift they gave you, man. The gift of pox. The gift that keeps on giving, man. Yo, man, I'm telling you, boy. This is Salakia. This is Ezekiel 35:6. It says, therefore, as I live. Oh, let's go up a bit. Let's go up to 5. Ezekiel 35:5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. See, blood is pursuing them because they have not hated blood, because they've loved to shed innocent blood. So it's not for no reason these things are coming upon them. You acting like these devils was just sitting in the lotus position, giving out candies and love and civilization. No, they were destroying and murdering civilizations, man. It says, thus will I make Mount Seir, this is the mount of the Edomites now, Mount Seir, most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. All right, so now we're gonna get to another video. We're gonna get to another video, which we already seen what we need to see. He likes the woods, right? He doesn't want to sign with Judah, but of course he loves the woods. The woods, yeah, but we with the woods. So we ride with the woods. Yeah, the woods. Clowns, man. You effing clowns, man. See, this is another video dealing with colorism in Latin America. Okay, and I'll probably go into that after. All right, but I'm gonna deal with that. I'm only gonna play a bit of that, but I'm gonna play this, man. This monkey right here. And who knows? He might actually descend from the Edomites, but I think he's just a coon ass Issacharite. All right.
Well, here we go again with that bullshit. You know, I don't know, the past year, 2 years, 3 years, every video you see is of people talking bad about America, the white guys in general, you know, are made fun of, looked down on. All you see is videos of, you know, white boys being punked. You know, your women are being stole from you every single day. You know what I mean? I mean, look around. You know what's going on. You know, you just choose not to say nothing. You choose not to do nothing about it. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's getting out of line. I feel like there's a lot of motherfuckers that want to say something, but they really ain't got the heart and they really ain't got the balls to say nothing about it. But you're being put down for being American. You're being put down for being a white man. And you just sit there. And you keep taking it and taking it and taking it. And I know there's a lot of you motherfuckers out there. Okay? In Texas, Montana, Idaho. I mean, when the fuck are you gonna do something? And I ain't prejudiced by no means. But if I've seen any race being kicked in the dirt and treated like they ain't shit, it's been the white man. And you can agree with me or not, but I think there's a lot of motherfuckers with a little bit of balls that will agree with me. Between this abortion shit, all of a sudden the white man is a piece of shit and ain't worth a damn. Y'all really need to think about it.
You see what's happening now, and then see, so it's Esau. Esau is the one that's been oppressing the earth, the one that put us in slavery, the one that stole your land, the one that runs everything, right? That's at the head of all these the top banking families. They're really the ones being oppressed. No, not you. Not the one that's been trodden down that's in the projects and third world, they turned your countries to third world countries through economic hitmen. No, it's not you that's being oppressed. It's really them that's being oppressed in reality. Yo, man. Hey, the Lord can't come soon enough, man. All right. But you see, another thing with this guy, I think, is that he was benefiting off of that Edomite privilege. But he sees that Edomite privilege is actually dwindling. That's what's happening. The Edomite privilege is dwindling, and people are starting to look at his ass sideways now. That's what I think it is, man. Okay, so a lot of, like I said, man, that look is not gonna be the end thing, because he's complaining about Edomite chicks getting with Jake. You see, but when it was all beneficial, he was happy with the way he looks, man. Okay, but you could kind of see he got that, them Issachar, them Latin tribe features or whatever the case may be. But he also got, he could pass. He could pass. There's something called white passing, so to speak. Where you look like an Edomite, so you get benefits of being an Edomite. Okay, so that's coming to an end. That's gonna turn to a curse. Okay, the Lord's gonna turn that garbage to a curse, because that's what it is. The reason why Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment was not a blessing that the Lord put upon him. That was actually a mark and a curse. The people of my curse, the judgment. Now let me get this real quick, and then I'm gonna play that last video, man. Let me get this real quick, and I'm gonna play this last video. This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 2:33. It says, "Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also thought the wicked one thy ways." Because you just want to get the love of the devil. That's all in you Jake's minds, to get the love of the devil. Hey, well, the scriptures speak about setting up a table for that troop, right? And that's what you're doing. You're setting up this the table for this Edomite. You're selling out to the devil so that he can do what he got to do, right? So he can do what he has to do, all right? Instead of setting up a hedge for the nation of Israel, which is a protection, all right? Which starts with this wisdom and knowledge, man. And the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. But anyways, let's play this last video. We're gonna play a bit of it, maybe like 3 minutes or so, all right? And we're gonna end it with this.
I've never felt discriminated against because of my skin, and that is not the same story for my brother.
Colorism is a larger structure of inequality based on skin tone. It is directly related to institutional racism. It can't exist without institutional racism. But colorism is a way of...
Right, institutional racism created by who? The Edomite. They created that structure so that they can benefit from it. The elder Malcolm brought out that was a construct that was created in 1681 of white, all right, and black. There's no such nation as white, black people, or Latino, or Hispanic. I'm Hispanic. There's no such nation, all right. When you go to the nations in the scriptures, there's 18 nations, and Latino, black, white, that's not part of those nations. We are the Israelites. Okay, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and are scattering around the world. All right, but then you got the Edomites, which are the enemies of the Most High and the enemies of us, and these are the ones that our people love. Okay, right now we're getting on you Latin tribes because it's despicable. It's shameful the way you act, man.
Describing how people experience racism based on skin tone.
So colorism works on a spectrum. The whiter or the closer to white you are, right, the more access, the more privileges you will have, and vice versa. The darker you are, the less privileges and the more difficulties you will encounter.
Right.
Studying colorism
and that's psychological right there.
And understanding it more deeply is really important, because we can't fully understand racism without also understanding colorism and how it operates. You'll often hear people use the term white passing, especially in the past few years, as a way of talking about people who may identify as people of color, but phenotypically could pass as white. It doesn't necessarily mean they want to pass as white, but other people may perceive them as white.
It is important to make the distinction between families from Latin America who are in fact white families, of European ancestry, who never mixed. So in that case, those people are actually not white passing, they're just white Latin American folk.
Right. And I'm gonna give it the right term. Those are Edomites, because what happened was they had a lot of them. They imported a lot of slaves from West Africa and things like that, and also they had a lot of them indigenous people, and obviously Judah, right, the kingdom of Judah, the so-called blacks and the indigenous Latinos were, they would get together because we're a common people. So ultimately, what happened was they imported Edomites from Europe so that they can balance it out, because they were getting nervous in case we rised up and took them over. You see, that's why they imported so much Edomites into them different Latin countries. So you got a lot of people that are in those Latin countries that are actually Edomites. Okay, they're actually Edomites and they're not Israelites at all. Okay.
Race is a social construction, but they are construed as white, and they, often claim a European ancestry, right?
Researchers study colorism across many different groups, and what they find consistently are significant differences in either overall earnings or overall educational attainment between lighter skinned people and darker skinned people of the same group, even when all the other things about them are held constant.
So I grew up with my brother,
Right.
who, we grew up in the same household, same parents, same blood.
Right, because you'll go somewhere and they'll judge you based upon that. You'll go somewhere and they'll judge you based upon that. You know what I'm saying to you? So they'll get a job easy, which they did this experiment. If you have a certain Edomite type name, you'll get a job quicker than if you got a Jake type name. That's why there was a time when I was young, 15, I must have gave out hundreds of applications, man. Hundreds and hundreds of applications, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't get not one job, brother. All in different places, man. The fast food joints, things like that. And the Jake don't get that, and the Jake goes to another route. You understand what I'm saying? Because my name is really actually Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. But you know what I'm saying. Anyways, but it's also known as it's not an Edomite name. Let's put it that way. It's not an Edomite name. It'd be closer to a so-called black name. You understand? So obviously they can discern from that. All right, they can say, this guy, I don't like this name. Right? They're reading your application, but in their mind they're thinking about your name. Even if you got a so-called Latino name, they'll be like, okay, now this guy might be Jose, Jesus. They'll judge you based upon that. Okay. So anyways, so like she said, it was there was a difference in earnings even when everything else was constant. Okay, education, whatever the case may be, right? The earnings and the different things were lower because you're gonna have a harder life, man. Okay, and obviously Judah, because Judah is the darkest, right? And that's the opposite of these Edomites. We get it the hardest, man. The kingdom of Judah in general. Okay, we get it the hardest in this society. All right.
Because he is several shades darker than me, people used to come up to us and ask if we were adopted. More specifically, is he adopted? And he would get bullied for the color of his skin, be called all of these derogatory names. And although my parents had reassured him that his skin is beautiful, brown is beautiful, I could tell that these comments that his peers are saying to him created this inner turmoil. I've never felt discriminated against because of my skin. And that is not the same story for my brother.
Even though lighter skinned people benefit from colorism across most racial groups, many of them don't perceive that to be true. And when interviewed, many lighter skinned people of color, Latinx people included, will say, well, the most racism I've ever faced is from people of my own group.
So some people will say, I look white, and everybody assumes I'm white, and I feel, violated because I don't want them to think I'm white. I want them to think I'm Puerto Rican or I'm Peruvian.
Or lighter skinned people are told, oh, you're not really Mexican, or
But anyways, the whole point, you get the point. And on the other spectrum, they might not identify with the majority of their people, so on and so forth. Whatever the case may be, but you get the point. This is all from the Edomites. The Edomites perpetrated this mindset. Okay, they created that mindset, the brown paper bag rule, and and the separation of the people. But at the end of the day, this is what you should expect, because your enemies in rulership. He's not gonna put up your image as the supreme, even though it's true, because he's the devil. He's gonna lie. The scriptures say that he covered the faces of the judges thereof. So anyways, with that, Lord willing, that was edifying through the Spirit. This was on my spirit, because man, you get vexed at these different this simplicity that I'm seeing on the internet, and in person as well. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you brothers out there and you sincere sisters. All right, Shalom.